Hey guys, this is Mohit Singh, and today we'll be looking at LeetCode prompt 412 Fizz Buzz. So in this prompt, we've basically been asked to take this int, and return a list, and this list has some rules to how we return it. So firstly, we start on the one index, and next, we basically want to return each value as a string in int. So if we had 3, we do 1, 2, 3, but we can't just add that for every int value in the list, because we have some conditions we have to look over. So the first condition is that we want answer of the index to be Fizz Buzz if the index is divisible by 3 and 5. It should be Fizz if it's only divisible by 3, and Buzz if it's only divisible by 5. And otherwise, we just want to return the index as a string, and we basically cover the entire int. So, for example, if we have 5, we're going to do 1 because none of these conditions apply. 2, none of these conditions apply. For 3, 3 is divisible by 3, so we're going to add Fizz. 4, none of these conditions apply again. And for 5, 5 is divisible by 5, so we're going to write Buzz. Now, if we were to go all the way up till 15, we'd have Fizz Buzz because that's the first occurrence where the index will be divisible by 3 and 5. So there's a couple different ways we could try solving this question. So firstly, let's just make a simple for loop that goes through each value in n. So we could head it like that, and let's initialize a list called out. So in this for loop, we want to go through each index of n, but we want to start on 1 and go to n plus 1. This way, let's say the user inputted 3, we'd start on 1 and then go to 4, because its range is inclusive and exclusive. So it does 1, it does 2, it does 3, but it does not do 4. And in here, we could put in our if statements or conditions. So we could do if, for Fizz Buzz, we could do if x modulus 3 equals 0 and x modulus 5 equals 0, we can append Fizz Buzz to out. So that's basically saying if it's divisible by 3 and 5, we append Fizz Buzz. Elif, now we could add our other two statements for Fizz and Buzz separately. We could write elif x modulus 3 equals 0, out.append Fizz, and same thing with 5, out.append Buzz. And in case neither of those work out, we just want to return the index, so we could just do an else out.append string of x. So str of x basically just turns the int into a string and returns a string into the list, because we want the list to only be made of strings. And then at the end of this for loop, we could just simply return out, which is our list. And after that, that should work. Let's try that. Yep, so that worked very well, actually. The runtimes always seem to run randomly because I've tried this and another solution and both have gone crazy. So anyways, so another way we could solve this is basically keeping the same idea of out and having this list and then going through a loop, adding each value one by one. But the way we can write these conditionals could be different. So let's try maybe making a temporary value a string, and then we add to the string depending on each condition that we meet. So we could do, for example, if x modulus 3 equals 0, we can just add Fizz to temp. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong spot. Sorry, my eyes went off the screen for 1 second. Okay. So if x modulus 3 equals 0, then temp plus equal Fizz. So we're basically adding to this value, because if we look here, for it to be Fizz Buzz, it has to be divisible by 3 and 5. So if we checked for 3 and then 5, it would add Fizz and then Buzz to it. So let's put in Buzz. And that's what that would look like. So if it is divisible by 3 and 5, it will just add Fizz and then Buzz. And at the end of this loop, we want to append temp. So we're just going to append the temporary value, and then we're going to have a new temporary value each time we go through this index. So now we could use an else, but that wouldn't work well if we did if, elif, else, because there would be cases where it might be divisible by 5, but it gets confusing, but it won't work. I tried it. So this is the only way we could try put in the index as a string. So we just check if x is not divisible by 5 and x is not divisible by 3. We just add string of x, which is the index, to temp, and then we just add temp. So let's try that now. Yep, so this also works. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.